YouTube community, what's going on? It's your man Pussy Raid here. I just want to talk candidly about a few things. I just want to first of all say that I've been dealing with a lot of industry people as I go along. A lot of people, when I offer to help people or to help them go around Dave Buschur, they were writing me directly to my inbox and saying, how can we get these parts? Um, how can we get these same parts from other people if we don't want to deal with Dave? Because you're right, I called the shop and the customer service was terrible. Um, it just wasn't a pleasant air dealing with him. And, what can I do to go around that? So, in order to feel comfortable with and offer my help, I feel like, I need to make these calls to other shops. And in doing so, I've called just about everybody out there. And one thing holds true for me at this point is that nobody's customer service is bad except Butcher Racing. No one's. Everybody that I call is just as nice and spends just as much time on the phone with me as the next person, whether they know who I am or whether they don't. I could call ICS and those guys are nice on the phone. Hey, what's up, Pussy Ray? They talk to me like I'm a friend, even though I've made videos against them. Al, same thing. Even though I've made videos against him, he still talks friendly. Doesn't yell, doesn't scream, hears me out when I have to talk, talks back, responds to me. George, same thing. It's ongoing. I get the same consistent response across the board. I will call anybody from shops to tuners. Turbo Tricks, great bunch of guys, full on machining facility, great race cars, fast race cars, a lot of know how, a lot of hunger, a lot of energy in that shop. Just a great shop, great bunch of guys. I can't find anything bad about them. Lucas English Racing, can't find anything bad about them. Great bunch of guys. Will spend 45 minutes with you on the phone without even knowing who you are and have a passion, not afraid to try combinations and try different things and on their own cars as well as customer cars. They have an alliance with ETS manifolds. Great manifolds. People say, oh, what's an alternative to the shear intake? I say ETS. You know, I think Ron makes a great manifold. I really do. Um, does it hurt the fact that he's aligned somehow with Buschur Racing? I hope not, because personally, I think Ron's an okay guy. He will spend time on the phone with you as well and talk to you, you know, just like a regular shop guy would talk to a customer. He'll spend time with you on the phone and ask you what you want, and you know what I mean. Like it's not an issue. Um, Tuners, God, I mean, who haven't I spoke to? Who haven't I heard about? I've never spoken to Chris Speed. Everybody in the industry likes that guy. Everybody. That's why I stopped making videos against all-wheel drive. Mike, you got Chris Speed to thank for that. You know, um, I decided I was going to focus my efforts. You know, um, I've never spoken to him personally, but everybody seems to like the guy. Everybody says the same thing about Chris Speed. He's a great guy. Oh, he's cool. He's come by the shop and hung out. Everybody says the same thing. I got to take people's word for it because these are the people that I'm talking to all the time. Sean Ivy, I've spoken to him personally on the phone. Great guy. Heard nothing but great things about his tuning abilities and the cars that he sends out there, into the world. Great job. You get just about anything you want done there. You know, uh, Brad Brooks, another great tuner, is somebody that I've spoken with. He didn't even know who I was, and I didn't bother telling him. He didn't recognize my voice, and I just spoke to him based on somebody else talking to me, and you know, we had no issues. He told me how he does things, and I said, cool. We spent a considerable amount of time on the phone. I asked him some technical questions. He answered them, and there it is. But let me tell you, this Buschur guy, I refer to him as the industry pit bull that everybody created. And now he's just running loose, rampant, biting on anybody that he wants to. And if you think that Magnus is just the one person that he's really picked on in this industry, you're wrong. He's picked on a lot of people. He's told a lot of people to go fuck themselves, blow his dog. Listen, he said it all. He threatened to put a bullet in between my eyes, and I got the tape to prove it. So, you know, I didn't really want to get into dealing with that situation like I was going to deal with it because, in the end, it's not that personal for me. I smile in all my videos. It's not emotional. It is personal, but it's not emotional. Like, Dave can't get to me at all. Dave, will tell me, I'll talk to him, excuse me, on the phone, and he'll scream and he'll rant and he'll rave and he'll hang up phones like a little girl. And I had to call him back and all that stuff. I mean, and I just do it just to laugh because it just makes me chuckle that he's so immature. And man, let me refer to one of his threads from Evo M, 2008/9 thoughts, ideas, and a goal or two. Now he censor erased this, but I'm going to be making a video showing this cover page, which he says a lot of the things that I say in my videos. How he lost interest in his race car, how he fights with his brother. Listen, if you fight with your own brother, Dave, at the track, I mean, come on. What's going to stop you from fighting? I have two sisters. I never fight with them. We don't argue about anything. They're my younger sisters, and if I have something to say to them, they listen to me and they tell me what it is that they think, and we don't argue about anything. We don't have to. We're all grown, you know. Um, and that's just the way it is. You go to the track, you stress your brother out to the point he doesn't even want to drive your race car anymore. You're not capable of driving it that fast. Jared's not capable of driving it that fast. Nobody else in your shop is capable of doing it. From a proprietor standpoint, I after you flipped your one car, I could see why you wouldn't want to drive it. I could see why the fear of God would be in you for getting behind the wheel of a car again. And it's probably not a good idea. You know what I mean? Um, I'm guessing that you probably wouldn't have any better results doing that. But I'm going to be making some videos about Dave and how he wants to get into the Hyundai market and the Mustang market. Dave, let me tell you right now, if you think I'm a terror with this, then get into the Mustang market. Domestic guys really know their stuff. Technically, you won't be talking to them like you talk to a lot of these Mitsubishi kids because you'll be dealing with actual men who know what they want and are thinkers. Not to mention the fact that maybe you should take a look at like Sean Hyland's page and see what your competition is. He sells short blocks and long blocks for the money that you're making whole cars with. Okay? His budget for a short block, for some of his short blocks that make 1,000, 1,200, 1,300 horsepower, you know what I mean? Sell for more than what your whole build does. I think about what I was getting into, okay? A lot of what you said don't make sense. The Evo 10, how you just let it sit, you lost interest in it, and you haven't done anything with it for months. Well, that's really all you got left, Dave. If I were you, I'd really get focusing because you were the first, you know, You missed the eights. You missed the first. Be the first to do that. You missed that. That can